I hope this old train breaks down, then I could take a walk around and see what there is to see. Time is just a melody.
What's up, folks? Big Ray here. Hey, today I'm going to teach you guys how to make Spam Musubi. Alright, for those of you guys that don't know, this is Spam Musubi. And I will leave you guys a link on what exactly it is and the origins of it on the right hand side. It isn't pretty, but it's very good. Alright, first thing you're going to need is a rice cooker. I have here a Black & Decker Rice Cooker Plus. You also need rice. Preferably you want short to medium grain rice. I have extra long grain. That's all I had. Need a large bowl. Soy sauce. A skillet. A strainer. And Spam. Alright, the first thing to do here is you put your rice in the strainer and you want to rinse the rice off. Just get the dust off of it, the starch dust and whatever. You don't really have to do this step, but I like to do it. Alright, so after you finish rinsing the rice off, you want to go ahead and put it inside the container. Alright, from here, you want to add water to the rice. And you want to let it sit and soak for about 30 minutes. And what this does is lets the rice get soft, which will give it that sticky, give it the stickiness. So you just let it soak for about 30 minutes. Alright, so after that 30 minutes, you want to go ahead and drain the water out of your rice. And right now I'm using about 2 cups of rice. So at this point, you want to put your rice inside your cooker, your rice cooker. And let's see if I can get that out there. Right there. And also, depending on your rice cooker, depends on what type of rice cooker you have, depends on how much water you want to put in there. So I have 2 cups of water of rice, so I want to add the water to the 2 line. Alright. Okay, so I've added the water to the 2 line there, and at this point you want to go ahead and put the top back on the cooker, and you want to start it. For my slow cooker here, all I have to do is press the button down and it automatically cooks it, and when it's through, the red light will turn to an orange light, and that means that it's all done and that it's just warming. Alright, meanwhile, while the rice is cooking, you want to go ahead and open up your can of Spam. Alright, so after you get your Spam out of the can, what you want to do next is grab a knife and you want to cut it into 1/4 inch slices. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slices. 6 slices out of a 7-ounce, if you're not sure if you can see that, but a 7-ounce container of Spam. Alright, the next step in a Spam Musubi process is frying the Spam. You want to fry the Spam until it's a golden brown color. And it usually takes about a few minutes per side. Alright, folks. Well, I hope you didn't throw away your Spam container because you still need it. Alright, what you want to do is you want to cut the bottom out of the Spam container so that it looks like this. I use a knife and some pliers, and it came out pretty well. The jagged edges really don't matter that much as long as there's no metal shavings. You're good to go. And that's how it should look. We're going to use this to shape our Spam Musubi to make our final product. What we're going to do now is cut our seaweed. And forget those of you guys who don't know what seaweed looks like, or what it's called, it's called sushi nori. I think that's how you pronounce it. But anyways, that's how it is, just a dried flat sheet of seaweed. There's two types of cuts. You can do a partial cut or a full cut. So what I do is I take our Spam container, and which I've already done one, but I'll show you how I did it. Anyways, I take the Spam container and I'll put it over the seaweed, and that's how I do that. And basically what I do is I pick a certain section, and that's how much seaweed I want to use per musubi, and I just cut it along there, which makes my part. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is you want to cut your seaweed into strips like this. These strips are probably about 1.5 inches wide. Some a little off, but oh well. You're going to cut your seaweed into little strips like that. Alright, we'll move over to the Spam, and as you can see, the Spam is coming around pretty good. It's I've already flipped it once, so this side is light golden brown, which is good. My rice has just finished cooking, so now the only thing we're waiting on is the Spam to get through. And that looked good. Alright, so now that everything's done, everything's cooked and cut, first thing you want to do, you want to grab you some seaweed. Okay. I'm going to set it on your cutting board. You're going to place the Spam, and you're going to place it right there in the center of it. Alright, it's right in the center. Next thing you want to do is you want to cover your Spam up with your Spam container. You want to smash it up until it's in a ball like that. You want to place the ball in there nice and firm. You want to do that until you get however much rice you want inside of there. Normally you want to use about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of rice, but I think I've got about 1/2 inch there. So you want to jam that in there. So you want to jam it in there as hard as possible. And it might be a good idea to have your hands a little wet and have the inside of the Spam can also wet. It'll keep it from sticking to your hand as much. Again, if I would have used short grain rice, this would be a lot easier. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go through this process one more time. This time I have Amy holding the camera for me, so it'll be a little bit more fluid. Alright, so first thing you want to do, you want to put your Spam on the center of the seaweed. Place your Spam container on top of it. You're going to grab some rice. You want to squeeze it really tight. Make sure your hands are clean. Alright. Squeeze it really tight. Make sure it's a ball. Jam it in there. Same thing. Slam it in there. Alright. It's probably a little bit too much rice, but it's alright. So, I'm going to make sure it's nice and compacted. Alright. Next thing you want to do, you want to put your hand on top of the rice and kind of make sure it doesn't come up with the container. Pull the container up. And just want to wrap the seaweed around it. Kind of get it a little bit tight. And you can throw some water in there. You can use a towel and dab it. But I'll just use water, it's quicker. So, and that's it. That's a musubi. A little bit too much rice, but it'll work. Alright guys, that's how you make Spam Musubi. Please send me a comment at the bottom of the page and subscribe over here. Thanks. See you guys later.